Busting the world's oldest conspiracy by revealing the first writer's formats in the Bible. Have you ever wondered who is editing the Bible? These are some of the words written by the 1611 King James translators that are wrote in its preface. They state 4 reasons how anyone can re-edit the text in the Bible. Their third reason is by the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next arrow down points to them writing, a great clerk, Gregory, is the divine, spelt with a capital D. At the bottom, they will tell you by studying the Bible, your reward is to have a participation in a heavenly nature. Whereas the Bible's words should be telling you how to be obedient to our Creator to enter into heaven. Now you know by their own words, they are not the good guys editing the Bible. Here, let me show you the 12 commandments that are listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Surprising, isn't it? Now let me show you how I changed one word in Exodus chapter 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and now you know that these planks make the hip roof for the tent for meeting for Yv. Why did I just use 2 letters for our Creator's name? Well, Hebrews did not have the letters J, O, or W in their language. Therefore, I am closer when I say the letters YV in English than anyone else. It is better to learn how to pronounce these 2 letters in Hebrew. Our Creator made me see Him 8 times, and these videos are my recording of how and why I am re-editing their text. Then all these books that I am editing will be made into one book in order. In my YouTube description, it has our Creator's hidden formats in a PDF of the same text. In fact, it is a message to everyone today and in the future. I have also made many different styles from these hidden formats for copyright reasons. Okay, I will try to start again with Ezekiel 36. And by that I mean it's been a while and I get started and then I got to stop it. So this one's going to, hopefully I'll make it through. This is what I found in Ezekiel 35, and I want to show you the format that I'm looking for. And that is 4 verses. And this verse is connected to this verse to make a longer sentence. But I'm looking for 2 major words connected by the least amount of shorter words or smallest words to complete the format or the verse. And then then these verses, when they get 4 of them together, because they are so closely knitted together, that makes a small paragraph. And then the next group following that group will have other similar like text doing the same repeatable format. And then the subject will change. So I put 2 spaces here between them so you can see visually the format that's being revealed. Now, this is Ezekiel. And so let me pull up the timeline, King's timeline here. And the text that you just seen was from the time of Aram, which means that, or about Aram. Now the kings of Aram are down here, and you can see from our Creator's hidden formats, there were many kings that had many battles with Israel, and actually they took East Manasseh way back here. So this text, if I'm doing this right, has to be talking about one of these kings at the end. So let's see. Yeah, he's going to have to be in this group right around here in these kings from where this prophecy is coming from. Okay, just to let you know where that one come from. This is Israel's kings. This is Judah's kings. And what I have been finding is text from this king right around here, talking about the king here and the ending of Judah here. But this text that was just revealed is coming from over here. So we have at least two prophets inside Ezekiel. So knowing that, I actually got, I think, three. But there's going to be 37 verses here. Wow, excuse me. And the 37 verses, that's going to take me about 2 hours to do if the text is got a lot to say. But as some of you seen, I throw out a lot of text that doesn't mean anything or have no story. Now these words here, I don't know why that's doing that. Okay. I just figured it out. I dropped my mouse and the button clicked, so I have to click on the scroll button, not to, when I just touch the screen, it's rolling. Prophesy to the mountains of Israel when there are no mountains in Israel at all. Moses looked down from where we know Jordan is at, which are called mounts, and looked down on the hill country of Israel, or as the promised land. So the words mountains don't really mean the truth here. If I put hills here, then it has no meaning to really what the words are going to be. So it's got to say, so it's got to be prophesy to Israel. Now, I don't know if this is the nation Israel yet. And let me say that it is, and it's not Israelis. And let me note that as this is how I note the tribe for the tribe Israel. Okay, over here, and Judah is down here, and this is the divided kingdom. That's Rehoboam's timeline, but David had conquered all this territory in the surrounding area. They had were giving him tribute and tolls, or taxes, I should say. So prophesy to Israel here the words. Can't be just one word. There has to be many words. And this is not right here. I'm getting rid of it, but it would be almost like the third part here. Prophesy to Israel. Hear the words. And I'm looking here real quick. I had done this a few days ago, so cutting them up there. So I'm not really familiar with this story yet. This has never happened. Not if it's the nation Israel, anyways, the way I'm looking at it. While you should become a possession, the rest of the nations you would take it up and talk and whisper. And then he's going to repeat these mountains again. But if he's already speaking, I don't need these. But he's going to speak to these mountains. Like the mountains are important. So let's just say that that's wrong. Now, see, this is going with the prophecy that I just did above here. Let me show you this text here again. Whoops. I'm kind of wondering how come I got two of these here. That's in compatible mode. I get that. Well, let me do this save as to, and this starts anew. All right. That solves my problem here on this end of having so many things, but this is what I wanted to say. This was in face Aram, which would have been north, and prophesy against them. I'm against you, and I'll reach my hand out and make you desolate. Now, why is he doing this? It's because you have said, of my two nations, these lands will be mine to possess, even though YHVH was here. So I'll make you know me when I judge you. Now, this is not a very large prophecy, so maybe that's what I've got here is the other piece of this. Because their enemy spoke against you from their everlasting heights have become your possession. But if it's prophesying to Israel, the word is to nation Israel. So hear the words. I put from our Lord YV. This to Israel. Hear the words from your Lord YV. But this becomes a 3-verse format right now, which I haven't really found in the text. The 3-verse format means that this first verse is going to be a statement. These two become the 2 verses that become a verse or a sentence that define what is in this statement. Hear the words, prophesy to Israel. Hear the words from your Lord YV. Okay? Because this would have to be like the enemy within Israel. And has spoken against our Creator. that you have become our possession. So, because this can't be the word because, it has to be the word within. So let me go to this, which is a program that I can sit here and say, click on this word. Here's the Hebrew word. And now these are the other words that they would use. And this was used 55 times. And I'm not seeing the word that I need. Within, is it, is it really within though? You is your enemy. Because I'm adding this word, I need to make it gray. Is with your, and they, have spoken against me. Is, whoops, I put his at the front. His has become our possession. And that is a 3-verse. So we are having a 3-verse format here. And then these two would connect together. I have to put the word for his here, which would make it for his has become our possession. Okay. Now those two group together. So now I have to find a better verse here, or another 2 verses here. It's from our Lord. You knew with our enemy spoken against me, for his has become our possession. This was prophesied by our Lord YV. Now, I think you've seen my face long enough here. Whoops. So what I can do here is show you what Psalms looks like, and that way you've got something to see here as different formats that I found in Psalms, and these Psalms are all about Jesus, and you can see the red text there. Wow, all that noise. For my good cause. For okay, let me go here and find out what the word cause means. Okay, the word good is not there. Cause. This is the one time we find this word being used as cause. So, and because good isn't there, I don't want to use that verse. Can I use this verse? I will make you a desolation. Not have. This has to be. When he speaks a prophecy, that means it hasn't happened yet. Make you I guess desolate, good word. It also could be I'll make you a ruin. Make yours a wasteland. Make yours, yeah, anyways. But still, this is going to be a 3 verse. So now this is 2, so this has got to connect. That you become, whoops, wrong button, as you can tell. That you become a possession. Okay, now the possession meaning owned by another kingdom. I don't see. that you become a possession. This has to be a kingdom, Assyria. These two verses don't connect. If this becomes a comma, this has to be like for the kingdom Assyria. Become a possession for the kingdom Assyria. Now this would mean that I can't really use this. So there has to be, this verse is missing. Unless I say an army will crush you. Now that's pretty much a statement. So now if I get rid of this, an army will crush you, that you become a possession for the kingdom Assyria. And actually, this sounds better as the first verse, because they gotta have whose army if I'm talking about in this verse. So if I say move up 2 verses, put all this in 8 point. That shows I'm moving it. Okay, for the kingdom Assyria, this would have to be there. Their army will crush for the kingdom from the kingdom of Syria. From the kingdom of Syria, their army will crush you, comma, and you'll become their possession. Okay. Now that reads better, and that's two grouped together. These two don't seem to. It's like there's words missing here. Now this is not even much of a prophecy because it's just this many words. So what's going on here? Is there more to this? Desolate and cities forsaken, for you have become prey, searching to the rest of the nation, which are about around you. There's not really nations around them at this time. Like I said, as far as I know, even at Babylon's time and David's time, when they're sent back, they talk about all the surrounding area is owned by Israel and they pay tribute to them. That's why Judah was such a, not Judah, but Jerusalem was the capital city, and it was a very powerful kingdom. And the enemy wouldn't know whether there's two nations because I'm not sure how they would really know, but this isn't making sense to me here. I'm trying to put stuff here that would be next. Edom, I have apportioned my land. Edom is actually Esau, Jacob's brother, or Israel's brother, that does become a kingdom, but at David's time, he took them over. Knowing that, let me show you. Edom would have been down here in this location, maybe even in here a little bit. But the object is that king protected David from Saul. So, and then David's last battle was to overthrow the king that saved him, his son. And then no more kings over there. No more kings in Damascus. No more kings for Philistines, which were below that. I think it's below the Egyptian river that we even know it today as the Egyptian river. For themselves as possession. This isn't making sense. Because you have endured and just for the endurance of he's sending them away because they're not obeying the 12 commandments, which is the agreement that he made with them in the Sinai, that he would be their Lord over them and protect them as long as they were unto our Creator. Now, what just happened here? Now, today, this is telling me that I've got to put more bits in here in the stream, so hold on. Output, let me do 4,700. And let's see, how does that look? YouTube, for the first time in a long time, has given me a message. And it might be because it is Saturday. Okay, now it becomes excellent. Okay, sorry, it takes a while, more than the delay for me to see that that's okay, or they give me a message. Therefore, thus I have sworn that surely the nations surround you themselves endure insults, but there's no nations around them. We have mountains that'll put forth branches and bear your fruit. For many people, Israel, and they will soon come. Behold, I am for you, and I will turn to you and cultivate it and sown. I will multiply the house or the tribes from Israel. Well, this has got too much text in here for me not to say that if it's going to be a destruction, and then he's going to say, he's going to gather the people. They will soon return. Okay, so if I get rid of this, this has got to be Jesus's people, so it's got to be like his. Now, his people. It's got to be from Israel, which is the nation that was bad. It's got to be then, not for, but then. Then his people for Israel. They will soon return. But in the timeline of things, if he's talking that they're going here and they're gone at this time, then it's assumed our crater is 100 years, 120 years for Israel. Then his people, Israel, will return. I am for you. They will return. The word behold is wrong. For I am For I, well, actually, if I go here and just say, for I will return them. Now, this is when he makes himself known to the king of Babylon, who he is, because our Creator made himself known. For I will return them. And this is just stupid words here. For I cause them to return. Then his people from Israel will, that's their survivors, or the survivors will return, or the descendants of the survivors. Then his people from Israel will soon return, or I will cause their return. Cause their return. This has to be tribes from Israel. All the tribes from Israel. This has got to be here. Multiple. Everyone here. This word's everyone. From the tribes from Israel. But how does that not become a everyone, period? The tribes from Israel, comma, to get rid of this. Tribe for Israel. Yeah, and I guess I got to put in, so I need the word and their cities. be rebuilt. And not their cities, your cities. That's, I got to make it that it's real, that it's happening to them, that he's going to send you away. But your cities that I'm going to overthrow, they are going to get rebuilt. Okay. Now, let's see if there's any words about Jesus who is to come. That's not true. This is not good. This is not needed. This, I don't think, would be needed to be said by our Creator. This is what if this becomes 3-verse text here, down here, that's telling them what, where would that go? It'd come after here. Yeah, because he's going to, because then it's going to go right in between here. For the simple fact you will become a possession. Now, the next group has to be similar like words. And what I'm seeing as similar like words for the tribes of Israel, living in their own land, have defiled it by their way, by their deeds. See, I will scatter them by and disperse them through the lands according to their ways. Nope, that word, that's not going to make it. This would have to be by their deeds, by deeds I have judged them, because he's already telling them that they're going to be doing this. So like I'm needing a lot of this This I don't need. I'm just trying to find what group of words that I can really use, because I like this. I judged by their deeds, I have judged them. And this is not needed. So it is in this group here. This has to be for tribes. Or let me see if I still got that in house. Israel. For the tribes for Israel. This has to be telling them now at this time, so it has to be our living. I think it has to be that are living on their land. Defiled it. By their not their ways, by their idols. Because our Creator knows there's no other God, so he can't say by your gods. And this is too far away from the word way, so I'm going to add that. For the tribes for Israel that are living on their land have defiled it by their idols. Not their deeds, their acts. And that's the act of being onto the female goddess, meditating, having sex with her. No, it needs an S. Their acts. Before me. See, they defile it by their idols right here. Since I've already got that said, I can't use that again. I get rid of this. Use that first verse and then one of these two, and this is the third one. This have to be 4 here. For by their deeds I have judged them. And if I use the words acts, I have judged them. For their acts are before me. I will scatter his Jesus. Only the good are getting sent away. Scatters. Because there's another prophecy that he's like making this as a warning, but the warning now has to also follow what I know is going to also exist, and that he's going to tell them to flee to wherever, and they're supposed to flee to Egypt, because there's another prophecy that after Israel's gone, that he's got a prophet telling them, now that you're here, you're to be obedient to me and bring in your things that I chased you out of your land for. I will scatter his two kingdoms, meaning those that are going to go into captivity and those that are fleeing later. That becomes very truthful here. A concern for his holy name. Our Creator would not say this. It's he. This again. All of this is not making sense. Just not in flow with the text. Just keeps repeating the same junk. He does not need to vindicate himself for man, so that's out. If I'm continuing the story, it's among the kingdoms, period. Kingdom. You will know I am. Yes, be they will know. their Lord. And that becomes a real good 3-verse gathering. Now, see, this is again, they're going to take them and return them to their own land. But is that what I've got? Well, this is this verse, these right here. That needs to prove who he is. Prophecy comes true, they'll know he's given it to them. Or he's making them a witness to him by doing this to them. This is not needed. This is not. Not cause you. He doesn't. It's your own will. He's given you a choice whether you will obey our Creator or not. So statutes and not observe but live by my commandments. This is a comma. This is the period. Those two go together. But this is out. So where is the verse above this? With where I will take yours. I'm only doing this because I can't figure out in my head. Oops, I'm not pushing the wrong one. I will take yours. I guess from, this is kingdoms. To gather them to their land. Use the word lands correctly. It means their own lands. Yes. Their tribe's land. Take yours from the kingdom to gather them to their land. I was seeing if any of the other verses that I just threw out below. And I can see, because this has already been said. So that's what I hate repeating, but it would be like this is where it breaks. Giving him yeah, that's right. Giving them a new heart. And with a renewed spirit, they will walk in my statutes. Not in, but by my statutes and live by my commandments. Wow, that was some digging, but those go together. I'm still looking for words from about Jesus, because this and this are just not true. Now it's starting to repeat it again. It's a repeat about rebuilding. So returning, it won't be desolate. Not like the Garden of Eden. When Babylon owned, or the last king that sent them down there, they got in an argument with the people that were on the east of the Jordan River. The new king come in from Persia. He agreed with the king that sent them down. And then because there's actually two kings from Babylon, and then Persia, then it was Rome. Yeah, but this is out. We already have multiplied above. Nope, that's out. So now this is kind of sad because I could use this, but I'm looking for Jesus coming, and this would be walk by my statutes and live by my commandments. To live. Can't live in the land, right? I gave. Can't this has to be I'm gonna make this gray. To be as people. Now I know that what happens here is that there's more verses missing because these two go together, so it's going to be a space. But this has to be like the statement. Now I'll do a cleanup and see how this actually looks. This is 36, so 36. What the hell just happened? I'm just checking to see if I destroyed anything here. This is not good. Come on, what's going on here? Yeah, now it's working. I don't know why it was jumping back. That's the first time ever in all my years that it's done this like that. Reverse. This has to be 2. It's 1. It's 2. It seems to be 1 between it and 2. It's going to be 2. And it was here. And here. 2 spaces. And then 1. Okay. Now, let me just run this down so I go past that line. So I have Ezekiel 36, prophesy to Israel, hear the words from your Lord YV. Within you is your enemy, and they have spoken against me, for his has become our possession. I'm wondering about the word his. Is this Jesus. And because it's Jesus' kingdom is heaven, I'm thinking, spoken against me, and this is what they're saying, for his has become our possession. This was prophesied by our Lord YHVH. I will make you desolate from the kingdom Assyria. Their army will crush you, that you become a possession, become their possession. Their possession. Then his people from Israel will soon return. I will cause their return and multiply everyone from the tribes from Israel, and your cities will be rebuilt. For the tribes for Israel that are living on their land have defiled it by their idols. Their acts are before me. And I will scatter his two kingdoms, for by their acts I have judged them. And among the kingdoms they will know I am, I be their Lord. This is stuck out in the middle. I've got two spaces before and two spaces after, because this does connect real good. For I will take yours from the kingdoms to gather them to the lands, giving them a new heart, and with a renewed spirit they will walk by my statutes and live by my commandments, to live on their land, to give to their forefathers, to be Yah's people. So where is this one going? I'm seeing that I think it's out of order when I'm reading it. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing as a difference here. That is too far behind, because down here, this or this has to move down. If I move this group down, where's it going? Actually, if I get rid of this, but this has to go someplace else, because this is reading that the king from Israel and the army will crush you, that you become their possession. For the tribes for Israel that are living in the land have defiled it by their idols. Their acts are before me, and I will scatter his two kingdoms, for by their acts I have judged them. For I will take yours from the kingdoms. Then I will take yours from the kingdom to gather them to their lands, giving them a new heart, and with a new spirit they will walk by my statutes and live by my commands, to live on the land I gave their forefathers to be Yah's people. For their king is coming. That's what this is. Now, can this actually be sent down here? Yeah, because if I move group down and then I replace this here with this, here, let's see if I can get rid of this color here. Okay. To live in their land I gave their forefathers to be Yah's people, and among that kingdom among that kingdom they will know I am YHVH their Lord. I think that's very good. So it's this here goes someplace else. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say move to groups someplace. Because that's definitely reading out of order, but I need two spaces and one space. Now that's what a prophecy looks like. A real good one, that he's telling them this and he's giving them what's going to happen after. That's a double prophecy within a prophecy, or it is prophecy. Yeah, there's two prophecies within the text, but that's usually what happens when, because he's continually promising that they'll live in the kingdom with Yah or Jesus. So that became quite interesting there today. So I think that is one of the better texts that have shown up in quite a while. So That only took an hour and a half, but I threw away half of it, half the original text. But we've got a real good story about the prophecy of Israel being told where they're leaving. And as you know, it's from this side over here. It might even be during this guy's time. It might even be at this guy's time. Anyways, that's the end for this video, and I'll be here on the next one. Have a great day.